Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skatedown. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. So I've done a couple of free agent videos with forwards. I've done free agent videos with netminders. I want to do a free agent video with defensemen. So in this video, I want to talk about 10 free agent defensemen this offseason that a lot of teams will be looking to try to sign. These are 10 pretty well-known names that might be sought after as soon as free agency opens. So please stay with me throughout. I'm going to link a couple of teams to these certain players, some rumors that you've been hearing about them, so please stay with me throughout. So the first one I want to talk about is Kris Letang. The Pittsburgh Penguins have been, there's been rumors about them trying to sign him and keep him there to retire a Penguin along with Evgeny Malkin. But, him and Malkin both at the same time being free agents, it may be hard and difficult for the Penguins to sign both. I know they're trying, but, Kris Letang is definitely a name that will be sought after. He's an offensive defenseman, a right-shot defenseman, and a lot of teams are going to covet that. You've heard the ongoing rumors of the Montreal Canadiens being heavily interested in Kris Letang, and, with the recent trade with Shea Weber, this may open up a situation where Lettang may be a perfect fit for them. So definitely look for the Montreal Canadiens to be active in the Kris Letang sweepstakes. Also, Elliotte Friedman, a little while ago, said on his 32 Thoughts podcast that the Seattle Kraken will be aggressive and pursue players with offensive ability, both up front and defense. Mentions Kris Letang and John Klingberg as targets. So with Kris Letang, it's possible he can return to the Pittsburgh Penguins, or look to him possibly be rumored to be going to the Montreal Canadiens or the Seattle Kraken. So those are the teams that you're hearing about Kris Letang. John Klingberg, really haven't heard a lot about him yet, but you can definitely see, especially with the Weber trade again, with Montreal freeing up some space, this may be a situation where maybe they look for Klingberg, maybe they trade Petrie and bring in Klingberg. So there could be an option out there, and the Kraken, as I just mentioned before with Elliotte Friedman, did say that they'll be looking at Lettang and Klingberg as possible options. So that's going to be interesting, so stay tuned into that. Josh Manson, he's a free agent with the Colorado Avalanche, playing in the Stanley Cup Finals, and, he's playing well. And he's definitely a defenseman that's going to seek heavy interest for a team needing a big, physical, right-shot defenseman. Of course, you heard the strong rumors with the Toronto Maple Leafs being heavily into talks with the Ducks to try to acquire him. That didn't happen, so they try to create some cap room to sign him this summer. I always said Josh Manson would look perfect in a Toronto Maple Leafs sweater. We'll see what happens with that. PK Subban. Now, PK Subban is a very interesting option that's out there. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he's washed up, he can't play. Watching him play the last 3 years for the Devils closely, of course, the first year and a half of him being with us, atrocious. But the last year and a half, I think he really turned it around and started playing better. Of course, he has his defensive lapses, but he was more stable as the years went on. But you're getting PK Subban for everything else. He's a good locker room guy. From what we heard in the past, it's different now. You heard a lot in the past about him being bad in the locker room, but, I haven't heard anything as far as the Devils mentioning anything about that. All the players love having him around. He's great to have around just because of his persona, his personality. It brings out a lot in the locker room. Looking at the way he is with the community, he seems like a good guy, and I think a lot of teams will be interested in him at, trying to sign him at a lower dollar amount than the $9 million that he was making this past year. But, per Ryan Novozinski, he tweeted out that he's meeting in the next few weeks to determine his thoughts about re-signing with the Devils or joining another team. Now, this is very interesting. The Devils, leading up to the trade deadline, said that they're not going to bring him back, but for him to say that possibility of re-signing with the Devils, curious to see if there's something that's going on behind the scenes with Tom Fitzgerald and, PK Subban's camp. I don't know. I'm not speculating anything, but just reading this tweet kind of got me a bit curious as to, it's a drastic shift from what we heard earlier during the mid-year. But, of course, you've heard some teams that are interested in him. The Buffalo Sabres are going to show interest in PK Subban. I can see the Montreal Canadiens possibly doing that as well, and the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's a Toronto-born kid. Maybe they bring him there. They're always looking for that right-shot defenseman, so Maybe if Manson is too expensive, they can possibly get Subban maybe in the $3 to $4 million range. Maybe that's more beneficial, but the Toronto Maple Leafs have a lot of decisions to make to clear out some cap room this offseason. Now, these four next names, I'm going to link them to the Devils. I would hope the Devils looking at these four players. Not all of them, of course, because I know people are going to say that. One of them. I know the Devils may not be in the market for bringing in a defenseman, but the thing is that you heard even Ken Danico say it at the last game of the year. He said that maybe they look to bring in a veteran defenseman who can help out, help the locker room out, bring some veteran leadership to the team. So, possibility, if PK Subban isn't going to re-sign with the Devils, maybe they look for that option out there. So the first one I'm going to mention is Nikita Zadorov. I like this guy. He's a big defenseman. Watching him closely with the Flames this year, I like this guy. He plays with no guff. If someone's messing with his players, he's going to go right in their face, challenge them, and try to fight them to say, back off, leave them alone. I've seen that happen on instances with Johnny Gaudreau being hit. He skated right up to the guy and tried to go after him. So he sticks up for his players. He's a big defenseman, not known for his offensive abilities, but he's a big defenseman. 27 years old, you're still getting him at a good age. 6'6", 235 pounds. Left shot, currently making $3.75 million AAV this year, but maybe you can get him at 4.5 around there. I think it could be a good contract. 74 games played this year, 4 goals, 18 assists, 22 points. So, again, not noted for his offense. You're getting him for his defensive ability. Maybe you have him on that third pair if Ty Smith makes the team or if Kevin Ball are on that bottom pair. He can easily fit in with both of them. I think he'd be an interesting option with Ty Smith. You have Zadorov playing the left side. Smith can play both sides, and you have a big physical defenseman allowing Smith to play his game, maybe get better this year as he didn't have the best of years last year. So that can be an interesting option. Not going too far to another team, I'm looking at Erik Gudbranson. 30 years old, 6'5", 217 pounds, right shot defenseman, very affordable. This year he was making $1.95 million AAV. His stats were 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points in 78 games played. Erik Gudbranson's another guy, but he's a right shot defenseman. Another big physical defenseman that, earlier on wasn't as good as he was this year. This year I feel like he really concentrated in his game, and playing under Darryl Sutter, I think, brought out a lot in him. And I think he could be an interesting option for the Devils. Again, for that bottom pairing on defense, especially if Subban isn't brought back. That could be an interesting option back there. Ilya lybushkon. Now, Toronto has cap issues, so we're looking at that. Maybe they can't bring him back. Maybe they can. He's an affordable defenseman, so maybe they will. I don't know. But 28 years old, 6'2", 201 pounds, right shot defenseman. His current contract was for $1.35 million AAV. In 77 games played this year between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Arizona Coyotes, 77 games played, 2 goals, 13 assists, 15 points. And again, he's not the most noted offensive player, but he can push the puck up the ice. He has good shot blocking abilities. He plays physical, as whenever he has the chance to, he will hit someone. And I like watching him play. He, again, had his mishaps on defense, but he's definitely an option for the Devils if they're looking to bring in another veteran, another defenseman on the back end. Jan Ruda. Now, it's saying that the Lightning have no money to sign Ruda along with their other free agent players. It's going to be difficult for them, but Jan Ruda brings playoff experience, Stanley Cup wins. He brings a lot. And, again, he's another big defenseman. 6'2", 204, 31 years old, right shot defenseman. His contract is affordable. This year is $1.3 million AAV. And 3 goals, 15 assists, 18 points in 76 games. So Jan Ruda could be an interesting option for the Devils if they're looking to bring in a defenseman, a right shot defenseman, to play that bottom line. Justin Braun, it's been said that the Rangers likely won't be able to bring him back, so he's an interesting option out there. Seeing him play all those years with the San Jose Sharks, going over to the Flyers, then to the Rangers. He's a good veteran defenseman if teams are looking to try to bring in a right shot defenseman. I'll link him to the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think this could be an interesting fit as well. And Nick Leddy is the last one I want to talk about. And per Jeremy Rutherford, he said that Nick Leddy's looking for a 4 to 5 year deal worth $5 million this offseason. So he can be one of those defensemen if a team has that amount of cap space to sign. So good puck moving defenseman. You can add a bit on the offense as well. So these are some interesting options for teams that are looking to add a defenseman this offseason. Again, the Devils, I would hope, if they're looking for a big physical defenseman, Fitzgerald has said he wants to bring in that element, especially to help out their goaltending, clear out the front of the net. Just need that physical demeanor about them. I think Zadorov or Gudbranson or lybushkon or Ruda could be interesting options for them. So comment below what you think about this. What do you think about these players mentioning with these certain teams? Comment below and let me know. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the Hockey Skatedown. It's free. And join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.